Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm shocked. This is a massive one today. Massive. I was not expecting it to happen today. And I was in my own bubble because I was on SEN live this morning, and then I stayed through to backstage and I wasn't checking my phone. Bob Iger is stepping down from being CEO of Disney. I mean, wow. That's pretty massive. I want to spend the majority of the stream really looking at what that means, what people are saying about it, what the future of Disney looks like, regardless of him just looking into Disney, all of their different properties, what we're hoping for from them, and yeah, just really, really looking into the situation. I am truly shocked. I'm shocked. And I really need to get your guys' thoughts on this one. For everybody who's joining me live right now, don't forget to comment along all stream. Also, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. That is the best way to financially support me right now and to get your message read on this show. Also in the super chat as well. I cannot believe it. I truly cannot. Crazy, crazy huge. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Over 75 people watching live right now, 28 thumbs up, so let's get those thumbs going. Subscribe to the channel. Trying to watch The Matrix March 1st. If you guys get me to 20,000 subscribers, we're at 19.6 right now. Honestly, it's looking like we might not be able to do it, but we will see. We will see. Fingers crossed on that one. Wow. I mean, who was expecting this today? If you were expecting today, Tuesday, February 25th, to find out that Bob Iger was stepping down as Disney CEO, then you are a mind reader. Then you're a future teller. Then I need you to guess or tell me what to put on my lottery ticket. Because holy shit. Holy crap. And not only that, not only is he stepping down as CEO, but Bob Chapek already has been named as the replacement. Most recently, he served as the chairman of Disney Parks, Experiences and Products, and he will be becoming the CEO effective immediately. But Iger is staying on until 2021 as the executive chairman. So let's just break this all down. Any website that reports about entertainment news is reporting about this. But also, any website that reports about business is reporting about this as well, because Disney is such a massive conglomerate and it affects so many areas of business, entertainment, marketing, products. I mean, they have their hand in everything. So, yeah. Susie Easton, first of all, OG supporter. Thank you, Susie, for being here. Also, a longtime Disney girl, working at Disney World. I would love to hear what's going on at the parks right now, how people are feeling. How did they make the announcement to you guys? Did you just read about it as well today, or how exactly did that work? I'm curious. Ancient Outlaw here says Chapek is not liked by Disney park employees. I didn't know that. I still don't know that, but interesting that you're saying that. I would love to see why, how, all of that. Yeah, so let's break it on down. I mean, legitimately, if you Google Bob Iger right now, it pops up Hollywood Reporter, CNBC, let's see, literally I'm curious, all of the places. Hollywood Reporter, CNBC, Yahoo Finance, CNN, CBS News, 9 to 5 Mac, Investors Business Daily, ABC News, KTLA, New York Times, The Verge, Wow. Ink, Deadline, Inside the Magic. Everybody is talking about this. Everybody. So let's read Hollywood Reporter, as we usually take the more entertainment spin on this. And the Hollywood Reporter is my go-to entertainment. I love Deadline and I love Variety, but THR is the one I get all their reports. Bob Iger is assuming the role of executive chairman and will lead the board through his contract's end on December 31st, 2021. It's the end of an era at the Walt Disney Company. The conglomerate said on Tuesday that it is naming Bob Chapek as its next CEO, succeeding Bob Iger immediately. Succeeding. Like the next in line for succession. Good reading, Rox. Iger is assuming the role of executive chairman and will lead the board through his contract's end, December 31st, 2021. Chapek, who has been with the company since 1993, so a long time, has been chairman of Disney Parks Experiences and Products since 2018. So more recently, but still, he's been in the game for a while. His new contract began on February 24th and ends February 28th, 2023, with his annual base salary increasing to $2.5 million. What a base salary that is. Chapek, who will become Disney's 7th CEO, will report to Iger and the board of directors. On a call with Wall Street analysts Tuesday, Iger said that the Disney board had identified Chapek as his potential successor quite some time ago. That quote is, again, quite some time ago. Iger added that the succession plan, quote, was not accelerated for any particular reason other than we thought the need was now to make this change, end quote. Since Iger took over as CEO of Disney in 2005, he has presided over a period of dramatic expansion for the company, leading buys of Pixar for $7.4 billion, Marvel $4 billion, and Lucasfilms also $4 billion. A strategy, a focus on acquiring franchise intellectual property paid off. As we know, 2019 Disney films grossed an unprecedented $13 billion at the global box office, including 7 blockbusters that hit the $1 billion mark. So $13 billion total, but $7 billion of that, $7 billion mark was hit by 7 different blockbusters. I mean, that is fucking crazy. Disney's market cap was roughly $55 billion when Iger took over in 2005, peaked at over $260 billion in January, and as of February 25th sits at $231 billion. And Iger has been one of the highest paid CEOs in entertainment, with his compensation package at $47.5 million for the last fiscal year, falling from $65.6 million in fiscal 2018. I mean, these numbers are mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. In March 2019, Iger presided over the closing of Disney's biggest acquisition, the $71.3 billion mega deal for Rupert Murdoch's Fox assets, including the historic 20th Century Fox Studio, Fox Searchlight, FX Networks, and National Geographic. Months later, Disney assumed full operational control over streamer Hulu. Also on Tuesday, Disney promoted Hulu Chief Marketing Officer Kelly Campbell to president of the streaming service. I hadn't even heard that yet. Go Kelly. The company has gotten large. This is a quote. The company has gotten larger and more complex in the recent 12 months, Iger told analysts on the call today. Quote, with the asset base in place and our strategy essentially deployed, I felt that I should spend as much time as possible with the creative side of our businesses because that becomes our biggest priority in 2021, end quote. Iger, who joined Disney in 1996, so that's only 2 years prior to where Bob Chapek joined it, or something like that. What was it? 93. Okay, so 3 years prior. So Iger, who joined in 96. Oh, actually, it's after. So Iger joined in 96, Chapek in 93. So Chapek's actually been there longer than Iger has. Added that he will spend time dealing with all of Disney's creative endeavors, including at Hulu and Disney Plus. Quote, my goal is that when I leave here, Chapek will be just as steeped with all matters creative at the company as I am today. Quote, Bob, I feel very fortunate to be able to work closely with you during this transition. and I know I will be able to benefit greatly from your wisdom and expertise. That's Chapek talking now on the call, adding that he will, quote, embrace the same strategic pillars, end quote, that Iger championed. Interesting. So all sounds very PC as of right now. Thank you so much. Let's help each other out. Love you guys. Love you. Checking it, taking a break from this Hollywood Reporter article and curious what you guys are talking about. I'm going to go over to the chat really quick and see what it is that you guys are saying. Starting in the super chat, Mike T54 says, evening rocks. Maybe it's just me, but this news seems to have come out of nowhere. Maybe since you're in LA and movie biz, did you or anyone else expect this? TBH, to be honest, absolutely not. I did not see this coming. I can't claim that I did. I'm not saying I didn't see it coming ever, because obviously people need to leave at some point, and it's not like he's a spring chicken at this point. But no, I did not see this coming now. I know a lot of people were talking about maybe Feige taking that position. I had heard many rumors about that at some point. But again, no. Very, very surprising. Shout out to NFL Caleb 22 in this super chat as well. Going over to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Lost in Cleveland, thank you for your support. They didn't have anything to say, but they just sent me $10, and I really appreciate that. Lost in Cleveland, you rock. Lloyd Nance, our very first super chatter ever. And now Streamlabbing just says, Roxy, love ya. Thank you for saying that. Seriously, guys, I want to get your opinion on all of this. Do you think this actually legitimately will mean anything for Disney moving forward? Are you concerned? Are you excited? Will this breed new ideas and new blood? Not that he's new blood, but maybe he'll hire new blood? Or is it going to be more of the same? Or are we expecting something to go downhill and take a dip? Very, very curious your guys' thoughts here. We have 150 plus people watching live right now, so don't forget to thumbs up this video as we have 67 thumbs up going currently. Thumbs up, subscribe, get me to watch The Matrix, and streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Really appreciate it. Speaking of the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, Stone Fanboy says, Iger stepping down is crazy, especially with the role Disney has been on lately. It is just trying to get new blood to run the ship, or some shady stuff went down. Hoping Chapek finds a way to get you into Star Wars and freeze you in carbonite. Stone Fanboy, always love that carbonite freeze that you're looking for. I hope that too. Alright, I've been seeing people on the internet talk about this shady stuff, and it is possible, but I haven't heard anything about it. And I do want to look more into it, and I will be, after we go through this Hollywood Reporter article, looking at Twitter. I want to see reactions or responses, what people are saying right now, because I think mostly what people are feeling is truly shock. This is not doing well for Disney stock, I can certainly tell you guys that, and I think that is because a lot of people are nervous, and a lot of people are in shock, and people don't like change, and that doesn't necessarily mean that this is a bad change, but it certainly is a big change, and I really don't know. Going back to the Hollywood Reporter, amid competition from Netflix, Iger prioritized the conglomerate's effort on its own direct-to-consumer platforms, leading to the acquisition of streaming tech provider BAM Tech in 2017 and the launch of Disney Plus platform on November 12th of last year. Since its U.S. debut, Disney Plus has picked up 28.6 million paid subscribers. Not too shabby. Iger's succession speculation has intensified in recent years following the departure of then heir apparent COO Thomas Staggs in April 2016, just over a year after he got promoted to the role. Iger then mulled the idea of running for president in 2017, and then last year embarked on a media blitz for his memoir, The Ride of a Lifetime. Kevin Mayer, chairman of Disney Direct-to-Consumer and International, who oversees all streaming efforts, was also seen in as an internal candidate for Iger's CEO role. Quote, I'm incredibly honored and humbled to assume the role of CEO of what I believe is the greatest company in the world, and to lead our exceptionally talented and dedicated cast members and employees. Chapek said this, by the way, again today, Tuesday. Quote, Bob Iger has built Disney into the most admired and successful media and entertainment company, and I have been lucky to enjoy a front row seat as a member of his leadership team. Then Iger added today, quote, I have the utmost confidence in Bob and look forward to working closely with him over the next 22 months as he assumes the new role and delves deeper into Disney's multifaceted global businesses and operations while I continue to focus on the company's creative endeavors, end quote. Michael Eisner, Iger's predecessor who ran Disney from 1984 to 2005, wrote on Twitter as the news broke that his successor did a, quote, fantastic job and expanded, quote, the breadth of the overall company, orchestrating super growth, and he still has his hand on the creative rudder for almost 2 more years. That is true. I think something really great about this is the way that he is staying on, and it seems like more of a soft transition than a hard transition. That's what makes me think not shady stuff, because if something really shady was going down, would he really be staying there? I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. Going over to the super chat, Mike T54 says, since this came out of nowhere, I feel like there's some scandal coming with Iger, or some major drama has been going down. No one steps down randomly unless they know shit is gonna hit the fan soon. Yeah, but he didn't leave the company. He's staying with the company. And if the company knew that shit was going down, he would have been out. He wouldn't have stayed. So that doesn't fully make sense. But I really don't know. I don't know. And I also don't know much about this new guy. I don't know if he's the right person for the job. I don't know that he's not the right person for the job. I'm very curious about it. And Susie, let us know if you already told me. I'm sorry I missed it because I was reading from the article. But I'm curious. She said, we read when everyone else read, and like 10 minutes ago we got an email sent out to all cast members from Bob Iger. No more info. Correct. He's not that well liked by Parks cast. Cast is worried. Interesting. Susie, can you give us any details on why he's not that well liked by the Parks cast? Has he done anything specifically? Is it just the vibe that we don't like? Like, what is it about this new guy that they don't like necessarily what he's bringing to the table? MK Songbird said, Iger was set to retire last year, but agreed to stay on after Fox acquisition. His retirement was inevitable, just came 20 months earlier. Chapek oversaw the opening of both Galaxy's Edge, I think. MK Songbird, well, if he oversaw it, then I wonder why the park employees don't like him. Randall Tan says probably salary cuts and layoffs. Dan Layson says, yes, we need details. I'm going to have to call a lot of my friends who work with Disney. Interesting. This is crazy. It's huge, and it's crazy what it makes you realize what a monopoly Disney really does have on this space. And I don't mean the entertainment space. I mean like the world. Disney has so much power in so many areas. Do you guys think Iger secretly smiles a little bit seeing the stock of Disney fall? Not because he wants it to, but more like that instills more confidence in him. Like, wow, a lot of people were here for me. Do you think? I'm curious your guys' thoughts on that. I don't know that to be true. I'm just wondering if he would be a little bit excited about people being as surprised as they are, as upset as they are, etc. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Going to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, Monsieur_Allen says, this is a non-story. He was planning to retire for quite some time, if I recall, so I attribute to that. I'm not saying that it wasn't inevitable. I said that it was inevitable, but how are you going to call this a non-story when the CEO of one of the biggest companies on the planet steps down? That's a story. We're talking about the future of Disney and what's going to go on, and I do want to spend this stream talking about what Disney is doing, what they're working on, what you're hoping for, and all of that stuff. I blame gravity in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, in Atlanta, you should have Alex Damon say before the match that he finds it very unfair to poor Emily Rose that she had to play him with Finstock as manager when you come in his corner. I've already been thinking about something like that. I blame gravity. I love that Schmodown reference. And yeah, that would be amazing. We should do something like that. I completely agree. I do want to pop over to Twitter for a second to see what the main trends are right now on Twitter. This says, this is coming from Jordan Mason. Somewhere out there, a YouTuber is sitting down in his car preparing to make a video that somehow blames Kathleen Kennedy for Bob Iger stepping down as CEO. That is very funny and also probably very true. This is coming from Clayton Sandel, who says, anyone who thinks today's Disney CEO news is sudden hasn't been paying attention. Bob Iger has had previous plans to retire. The Fox merger delayed his most recent plan to leave. Also, he's going to be around for another 22 months. I'm not saying sudden as much as I was just surprised that today that this happened. Surprised. From Brian Stelter. Again, these are all like top comments on Twitter. There are a lot of confused media execs burning up the phones right now. Why is Bob Iger exiting as CEO so sudden? What does it mean for Disney Plus? Insiders are in shock, but heartened by the fact that he will remain executive chairman and Disney's creative and direct Disney's creative endeavors. This one is coming from Jeff Snyder, who's a dear friend of mine. You guys know he's one half of the Odd Couple, my Schmodown team. He says, holy shit, Bob Iger stepping down as Disney CEO effective immediately. The new CEO, Bob Chapek, who most recently served as chairman of Disney Parks, Experiences, and Products, Iger will assume the role of executive chairman and will stay on in that capacity through 2021. So he basically just said, holy shit. Yeah. Wow. Everyone is saying something about this right now on Twitter. And everybody here in the chat right now. And I'm so glad that you are. 160 plus people watching live. 100 thumbs up. Let's get those thumbs going, guys. Hopefully at least 160 thumbs up, because that's how many people we got going on in here at this very second. And also don't forget to subscribe, leave your comments, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar to guarantee that they get read, or right here in the super chat. A lot of you guys seem to be on the same page as I am. You were kind of surprised, but it wasn't like a shock that this happened. It was just like you weren't expecting it to take place today, which is super duper how I feel right now. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. Let's look at the future of Disney and what's going on right now. Starting with Disney movies and what's on their upcoming slate across all different things. Mulan, obviously, we've got coming very soon. That's March. It's been something I'm incredibly excited about. I've been talking about this for a while. Well, for the first thing that they did this year, Call of the Wild, that came February 21st, and that was a movie with Harrison Ford that they took over from Fox. I did not see it. Onward, which is coming out next weekend. I'm really excited for this. That Pixar movie that I've been telling you guys that I'm just stoked on. I'm really upset that I missed the press screening for Mulan, March 27th. Hell yeah. Everybody's excited for this. New Mutants coming April 3rd. Black Widow, May 1st. It's pretty big. The Woman in the Window, that is May 15th. It's directed by Joe Wright. The Woman in the Window is a psychological thriller based on the 2018 novel by the same name by A.J. Finn. Amy Adams stars as Dr. Anna Fox. Interesting, looking at also starring Gary Oldman, Julianne Moore, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Wyatt Russell, Brian Tyree Henry, and Anthony Mackie. I haven't heard much about it. Artemis Fowl, coming May 29th. Soul, I know that a lot of people are really excited for this Pixar movie as well. It's coming June 19th. Jungle Cruise, July 24th. We'll see how that one is, but I love Emily Blunt and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, so exciting. Empty Man. The Empty Man is coming August 7th. It's based on a graphic novel by the same name of Cullen Bunn and Vanessa R. Del Rey. Empty Man is a supernatural horror movie starring James Badge Dale, Samantha Logan, and Stephen Root. The Empty Man is the story of an ex-police officer who witnessed the violent deaths of his wife and son and comes across with a secretive group trying to summon a terrifying supernatural entity. I've never heard of it. The One and Only Ivan, that is August 14th. It's a fantasy drama movie about a gorilla named Ivan, who is voiced by Sam Rockwell. And also voices Angelina Jolie, Danny DeVito. A lot of interesting voices popping in here. Again, this is just looking forward at this year in Disney. This year in Disney. Wild. The Kingsman. September 18th. Kingsman is obviously the prequel to Kingsman: The Secret Service. I loved both Kingsman movies. I love Matthew Vaughn. I'm excited to see what he does with the prequel. Interesting idea. Ray Fiennes. Bring it on. Bring it on. Death on the Nile. This is October 9th. It's an adaptation of Agatha Christie's novel of the same name, directed by Kenneth Branagh. Death on the Nile follows Hercule Poirot, a detective investigating the murder of a young heiress aboard a cruise ship in the Nile River. The movie was intentionally intended to be released in December 2019, but was delayed to late 2020. October 23rd, everybody's talking about Jamie. Unlike many other movies on this list, this one is not based on a novel, but a musical. Everybody's talking about Jamie follows a 16-year-old teenager who wants to become a drag queen, and for that, we'll have to overcome prejudice and fight all the bullies that she comes across. Excited about that. Richard E. Grant is starring in that as well. The Eternals, November 6th. I'm sure that a lot of people in my live stream, Live at the Roxy right now, this is the one that they are most excited for. I've been hearing a ton about The Eternals. Obviously, it's a Marvel movie. Tons and tons of names. Kumail Nanjiani, Selma Hayek, Gemma Chan, Kit Harington, Richard Madden, Angelina Jolie. You name it, they're in The Eternals. It seems that way. Deep Water, November 13th. Wow, that's coming the weekend after The Eternals. Deep Water psychological thriller directed by Adrian Lynn and based on the novel of the same name by Patricia Highsmith. Deep Water follows Vic and Melinda Van Allen, Ben Affleck, and Ana de Armas. A married couple going through some problems in their relationship after Vic allows Melinda to have affairs so they can avoid a divorce. He becomes a prime suspect in the disappearance of her lovers. Wow, that's interesting. Raya and the Last Dragon, November 25th. It's an animated film from Walt Disney Animation Studios. Cool. And then the one that I probably am the most excited about for the entire year, right after Mulan, December 18th, West Side Story. Steven Spielberg is doing West Side Story. We all know this. Ansel Elgort, Rachel Zegler, who was found at I saw her performing on a high school stage. So I didn't personally see her there. I saw that YouTube video. Big. Last year was probably bigger, but last year was definitely bigger, but it's a big movie year again for DC. For Disney, DC. I was just reading a comment that said Warner Brothers. A lot of stuff going down, and that is just in the movie space. That's just one area that they're in. That's not even talking about products or TV or parks. Going to Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, Stone Fanboy, and says, Iger staying sounds like a soft transition. Might be the best time since Disney is going into streaming with Disney Plus and Campbell stepping in at Hulu before FX on Hulu launches. Hope the power that Disney can freeze you as beautiful carbonite statue. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Disney TV shows. So it's hard because we've got all of the stuff that's going on with Disney Plus, but then there's Hulu. So we know Mandalorian season 2. We've talked about Cassian Andor. We've talked about the Loki series, and we've talked about Hawkeye. We've talked about WandaVision. Clone Wars, another season of Runaways, Star Wars Rebels. Then there's the Disney Plus shows like High School Musical, the musical series. A lot of TV shows, and then the FX ones we didn't even mention, or the Hulu ones. Handmaid's Tale, obviously being one of my favorite shows that there is. And right now, I've just been binging Pose, which is FX, and it's like one of the best shows on TV. It's crazy. really, really, the amount of content, if you think about it, that Disney is producing in this next year alone is fucking mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And Iger's staying on to deal with creative, so maybe he'll get very involved with these projects, especially with the streaming services. We just talked about yesterday how the Love, Simon series is moving over from Disney Plus to Hulu, and wondering why. And I wonder if Iger has say in a lot of those decisions or where that comes from. So many questions. So many questions. Curious, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Let me know in the super chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this after the fact. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. 150 people watching live right now, 112 thumbs up. So let's get those thumbs going. And let's get that support coming in too. Wow. I just keep saying wow because wow. Just wow. J. Scott, for real, I'm excited that FX content's going to Hulu also. It'll make it easier for me to watch. Right now with Pose, I just had to try to buy the episodes. Luckily on Amazon it was like $5 for the entire season, but so good. Praying for no budget cuts in the park, says Susie Easton. Susie, did you answer our previous questions? Let me see if I can find this from you. I'm praying for that too. But because he comes from parks, I would assume that wouldn't be where he... I would assume it wouldn't be where he takes budget cuts. You, Jax, what's the way that I was up talking? Yeah, I heard you say that I was talking like Trump, which is like A, fucking rude, but B, not a bone in my body talks like Trump. Chapek is an odd choice. Us folks in the parks community are stunned. Ooh, Folsom 53, you're also in the parks community? Tell me more. I wonder why people are surprised. Very curious. Let me see if online can tell us at all. Chapek history with Disney parks. Did he do anything wild? Chapek, 27-year veteran of Disney, served as president of consumer products before running theme parks. He'll take over as just the 7th chief executive in Disney's history. A surprise move? Yeah, a surprise move I keep reading. That's from Washington Post. Says it's a surprise at who they picked as well. Who is Bob Chapek, the new CEO? This is coming from CNBC. Head of Disney Parks. He was tapped on Tuesday to succeed 27 years. He was 7th in the 100-year history. That's a pretty crazy stat as well. Iger will assume the role of chairman. This is from Chapek. Quote, I obviously have huge shoes to fill. That's what he told CNBC's Julia Boorstin on Closing Bell today. Quote, Bob's legacy in the company is just profound. I think my role is not to take the strategic pillars that he's so well established over the last 15 years and continue to work on those and implement those in the marketplace. Most importantly, our director of consumer initiatives, but at the same time, look around the corner for what disruption might be going on in the marketplace that would necessitate a fresh look at those things. Right now, the course that Bob has laid is one that we fully intend to follow, and I think will pay dividends for our shareholders for years to come. Shares in the company fell less than 2% in extending trading Tuesday. Still a lot. Chapek's promotion comes at the time when Disney is facing challenges from the global coronavirus outbreak. The Shanghai and Hong Kong Disney parks have been shuttered until the outbreak can be contained. And there are concerns from analysts that upcoming Disney films like Mulan could be disrupted by the cinemas that are currently closed in China. Additionally, the outbreak continues to threaten the global economy and worldwide travel. This we know. Iger, 69, will remain. Bob is probably the best qualified person in the company to take this job, says Michael Nathanson, senior research analyst at MoffettNathanson. He said that at the same show, Closing Bell. Quote, his history in all the divisions that really matter really is very supportive of him taking on that role. Calling it a win-win for the company. Parks is a business where they use data to drive pricing and engagement. Parks is the only business they have before streaming that's direct to consumer. It's an interesting way of looking at it. What do you guys think? Going over to the chat right now. Chapik Folsom says Chapik has been budget cutting entertainment a lot at the parks. He's more of a marketing businessman than Imagineer. With the parks, he has made some questionable decisions. Shane Miller said, I worked at Disney and didn't hear that. However, the Disney employees had a big 2-day meeting. Calvin says, Iger closed deals on acquiring Pixar, etc. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Disney Parks cast members are the true heroes and attractions. They do deserve better pay and benefits, says Randall Tam. Totally. He comes from parks, but has cut from the parks. Susie, what do you mean? Can I be the new CEO of Disney, says Damien. I mean, it'd be an amazing job, but I don't know that that's a job that I could handle. It's a lot. I mean, eventually, but it's a big, big ask. It's a huge ask. Hey. What the other person said, a lot of entertainment cut. Oh, he's cut from the parks. I get what you're saying financially, Susie. Thinking Steve Jobs versus Tim Cook comparison, says Matt Link. Interesting. Wow. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Speaking of Disney, who owns ABC, where I watch The Bachelor. See what I did there? I wonder if Bob Chapek or Bob Iger have ever seen an episode of The Bachelor. Do you think so? This show is fucked up. It's crazy. I mean, guys, I have to hand it to them. I was so pissed that I was watching this show, and I feel bad because women attacking other women and all this stuff, but like, oh, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. We're gonna talk a little Bachelor, so I will explain to you guys exactly what's going on. Don't you worry. I will deep dive. I will let you know. So if you don't watch, don't worry. I'm letting everybody know. But if you want to talk more about the Disney stuff, or if you have any thoughts on Bachelor, do not forget streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, especially as we come to the end of the month here. And I do not think I'm going to be able to stream live tomorrow. I'm going to try, but I've got so many things back to back. If not, I'll be back on Thursday. But please, your support means the world to me. I really appreciate it, including you, Hitman Hudson, who said, do you support Carboni for CEO? I don't even know Carboni. Am I blanking? Carboni? I don't know. I do not know. Sorry. All right. But while I talk Bachelor, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, or right here in the super chat. Okay. So I don't know how the show works, and if it's always like that. But apparently, what happened was, like, after the hometowns, where I told you guys, the whole thing where he goes back to the women's houses and meets their family. He picked 3 people, so we knew that coming in this week. He picked 3 people. One of them I told you was the girl who was like, why would you think that about me? How could you? And then he ended up picking her. It was a whole fucking thing. Anyway, picks her, picks 3 of them, and the first thing that one of these girls, this girl Madison, okay? Madison is saving herself to marriage. She's incredibly Christian, very religious, doesn't believe in sex before marriage. At least that's a decision she's made for herself. And she pulls him aside after he sends the 4th girl home, and It's just the 3 girls, and before he's going to take any of these girls on their last date for the fantasy suite. So fantasy suite basically means it's your last date, and what most of the bachelors apparently or bachelorettes do is you spend the night with all the people, like usually you fuck them, and then you decide who you want to be with after that. It's kind of how it works. I mean, at least to the best of my knowledge, that's how it works. So this was fucking crazy because this one girl, Madison, who has been the front runner the whole time, we felt like that was his match made in heaven. She's so sweet, she's so cute, she's so great. We love Madison. All these other women are like fucking crazy. And Madison pulls him aside and is like, listen, if you go and fuck somebody else, I'm like not gonna be down with that if you're gonna propose to me in 6 days. Which sounds like a totally reasonable thing for one person to say to another. It's totally reasonable for somebody who's about to get engaged to hope that their fiance didn't fuck somebody 6 days before. I think we would all say that that's accurate. However, if you're going on The Bachelor, you know this is what you're signing up for. You are signing up for a world in which this is how the game goes. This is how the TV show goes. Now, it's okay for her to ask, to tell him how she feels, but she said she was clear about it, but she was super unclear because what she didn't say was, I myself am saving myself until marriage. She just was like, I will be very disappointed in you, and I don't know if I'll be able to move forward if you make this decision. And so he listens to her and is like, yeah, okay, I hear you. But then he goes on the first date, the first fantasy suite, with this one girl, Hannah Ann. The first thing Hannah Ann says is, no matter what you do with these other girls over this last week, I'm just going to let you know, I'm still going to be here at the end. You've got to do what you've got to do. Sorry, Christian Harloff just beeped in and I tried to, whatever. I can't X out on my computer. And I have it on Do Not Disturb. I don't understand how that happens. But before you propose to somebody, unless you are saving yourself till marriage, theoretically, you want to have sex with them first before you propose. You want to see if you guys have that kind of chemistry. Or at least you want to spend the night with somebody to see what it's like waking up next to them in the morning, even if you're not having sex. So we don't know who he's had sex with at this point, but we do know the first girl, Hannah Ann, she says that. She's very understanding. They spend the night together, and it seems to go really well. He seems to be like super duper in love with her. She's like 23 years old. She's literally like a child. It's hard to watch because she's so young. But she does seem like at the beginning of the season, I didn't like her as much, but it does seem like she's growing on me. So anyway, that happens. You assume they fucked. And the weirdest part is that these 3 women are all staying at the same house. So when one of them doesn't come home, you know that he just spent the night with them. So then the next girl goes, this girl Victoria. And a lot of people on the internet have thought that he's just keeping Victoria around just to have sex with her because they've had a very up and down tumultuous relationship and he knew fantasy suites were coming. Now, I don't necessarily think that, but I do think it's strange that he has kept her around this long. They are like a horrible match. It's very, very clear. They're a fucking horrible match. But he does keep her around anyway. It's kind of confusing why. She spends the night as well. We don't see them having sex, but it is assumed that they have sex because the next day she's like, we took our relationship to the next level in more ways than one last night. Like that. And it's like, okay, so you boned him, which is fine. I get it. You've been dating him for a while. It is strange boning somebody that you know has boned somebody else the night before, but okay, that's fine. So then he goes on the date with Madison, the third girl, who already had the conversation with him. And she's like, so just like checking in. And she knows that these other 2 women have not come home the night before. She knows that they spent the night. I mean, she could naively think that they didn't have sex, but whatever. She says, I just need to ask you, did you have sex with these women? Because then I don't think I can do this. And he's like, I don't feel comfortable sharing that, you know? I don't want to say anything on public TV that tells you yes or no that I did or did not sleep with these women. And she's like, I know this is uncomfortable, but I need you to tell me. Did you? And he's like, I won't give any details, but yes, I did. I was intimate with somebody. Which is oh my God. He had to tell her because the way she was asking, but the way she was asking was it's her prerogative to save herself till marriage, of course. But the way that it went down, she wasn't quite clear about it, and then it was just awkward and just, so fucking cringeworthy. I was freaking out. I like that I've used this Disney stream to go straight into my Bachelor talk, by the way. Just insane in the membrane, though. Like, so crazy. And then she gets up and she wants to leave, but she wants to stay. And we see the previews for next week, and it looks like maybe she doesn't show up. But then there's supposed to be this huge twist at the end, so I'm wondering if she leaves, but then she comes back. I mean, the whole thing is like so fucked up. Jake Yakavetta, my amazing moderator, says, and while that is true for some married women, it is most definitely doesn't apply to all. What are we talking about? Umbrella statements about a group of people aren't fair, even if it's sometimes true. What umbrella statement? Let's not generalize like that. Like what? Jake, what are you talking about? Yeah, it just was like, oy, 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 oy. I mean, the whole thing, I'm telling you, this show has me so hooked, it's fucking insane. So hooked, it is insane. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, Elena10 says, hey Roxy, or hi Roxy, last night's Bachelor episode was wild. I'm not sure if I'm on either Peter or Madison's side in the situation. I think that Madison will come back, but I can't predict if he's going to choose anyone in the end. I know. And then there's this whole thought, I've heard the thing about him picking a producer, and then I've also heard the thing about him ending up with Hannah B. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Elena, I'm with you. I'm not on Peter's side and I'm not on Maddie's side. I agree that theoretically you don't fuck 2 other women 6 days before you propose to a 3rd woman who's a virgin. But like that's what the show is kind of. So, and he's trying to figure it out. And I get like not wanting to commit to somebody until you have explored parts of their body, for lack of better words. Hey. Jay Scotty for real in the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Really appreciate you guys for financially supporting me in here. Which do you think will be a bigger boost for Chris Rock's career renaissance this year? Spiral or Fargo season 4? I think Spiral will potentially be seen by more people initially, but there's no denying the quality of Fargo so far. Yeah, Fargo is amazing. But I do think Spiral, because this could be the start of a horror career for him, like a whole separate genre. Not that Fargo's not a different genre, but I do kind of think that Spiral will be bigger. What do you guys think in the chat? Curious your thoughts. I'm so excited for the resurgence of his career. He's such a rock star. Not resurgence, but the reinventing, I guess, more so. Reinventation of the career. Let me know what you guys think. I guess it's thinks, because many of you, what do you guys think? Really curious. I am going to be getting out of here in a little bit because I do have to run and go see Invisible Man, that new horror movie, Elizabeth Moss. I will be talking about that. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow, but if not, then Thursday. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully I'll find a way to make it work. I'll tweet about it and whatnot. And Winston Marshall said that he would love to guest on my show next week, and same thing with Ben Goddard, so expect them here next week as well. A lot of stuff going down. Tomorrow, I will be on Screen Junkies in the morning, SJU, and then I'll be on Acting Class Weekly in the afternoon, and then maybe a stream here. We will see. It depends. Screen Junkies has me doing a lot of voiceover stuff for them, which is amazing. They're helping me so much right now, and I love doing the VO. But that might mean that I'm not able to stream. It depends on how quickly I can spit the words out. So that is what's going on for Roxy this week. And then, of course, on Friday, I am flying to Atlanta for the Schmodown. Alex Damon versus Emily Rose Jacobson. Ben Bateman versus Dan Murrell. Huge live show. Biggest live show that we've had in a long time. So I'm very excited about that one. And hope that I see a lot of you guys there. Hopefully. Which would be amazing. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Again, as I say goodbye to people, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, or support me in the super chat. All right, goodbye, though, for all of you amazing people in here. Calvin Patel, Dragon Azul, Kelsey Kirkland, Jake Yakavetta, our amazing Mod, Dan Layson, Matt Link, Navjot Hawley, Weston Ira, Thunder God Kairos, Susie Easton, who says not a fan of him, and Victoria either, but at least we hear them have real life combos and arguments rather than him and Hannah Ann didn't talk about anything, haha, and Maddie didn't say much either. That's true, Susie. Very true. Jay Scott for real, Juan Mendez, Kelsey Kirkland, Sally Mercedes, Abby Starling, Najat Holly, Susie Easton, again, Dan Layton, Save People, Dark Faith, Don Stiletto, J Dog, Matt Link, Weston Ira, Matthew Gold, our amazing mod, Ace Club 96. All of the goodbyes and shout outs. Don't forget, you guys can Streamlabs after the fact as well. You can always support on the Streamlabs anytime. I really, really would appreciate it, especially as we're getting to the end of the month. Sam Fran 49, Fan 93, John Nada, Matt Dotsko, and yeah, okay, I will see you guys. Try to see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you Thursday. Lots of love. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe. Remember to tell your friends about the 20,000 subscribers if you want to do that Matrix watch along. And wish me luck in Invisible Man. I'm really fucking nervous. All right. Bye, guys.